Hello everybody and welcome to the season end special. It is the ITK Soccer Show 25th of May 2015 and we've so much on the cards here. We've got all the news, a lot of transfer rumours are heating up and stuff, a lot of managers in the Dole office, a full recap of the action from last match day of the Premier League. We'll look at the other league recaps in terms of the major ones in Europe, and we've got our end of year awards and predictions game, so it's going to be a packed show. Obviously we would be remiss if we didn't first mention the death of Bill O'Hurley, who there's so much you can say. One thing I would recommend is if somebody wanted to go to News Talk and listen to the first segment on the George Hook show today, being a fellow Corkman and a fellow RTE presenter, he had a huge relationship with Bill as a mentor, and he knew him well personally. They were also business partners, and it's whatever you feel about George Hook and his madness, it's quite an amazing tribute. For me, I don't know, he was always my favourite of the panel. You could get pissed off at anybody else and their nonsense, or Giles' staleness, but you never got pissed off at Bill. 10 Olympic Games he covered. 10 World Cups he covered. And before you guys say a word about him and your memories of him or your favourite moments and stuff like that, because I'm sure you have plenty, I think that we should give him, rather than Hero of the Week, honorary Hero of the Season 1 of ITK Soccer Show, because it also happens to be the first season without him, and I think
or we could call it the Bill O'Hurley Hero of the Week award.
Yeah, well, like I think that we should give him the whole damn season, because you know it was the first season without him on a rainy Tuesday winter night watching Feyenoord against Napoli, and it didn't matter because Bill was on TV. You know, without him there, you're just looking at Richie Sadler's head, and I would like to give him that tribute. He deserves so much more than Hero of the Week. John, your favourite memories of Bill and how you felt when you heard the news?
I was upset when I heard the news, because he's just your whole childhood football. Like, he'd be the one doing the Premiership, and he'd be the one doing all the Ireland games and Champions League matches that you'd watch. But I don't know if I have too many just memories of him. I just think that he was just a perfect host. Like, he could stop Dunphy in the middle of all his nonsense dribble and quite send John Giles to sleep when he got a bit tired. But other than that, he was just a perfect host. So
he would ask the questions, as he said, that every granny who's tuning into sport would like to hear him ask, and he knew how to rile them up incredibly. And
what I loved about him, he had a knack of from nowhere just getting a grenade and throwing it in the middle of Giles, Dunphy and Brady, and just having them just rip each other apart. And there you can just tell Bill's in the corner.
Oh, absolutely.
He was just great. He was just comes across as a lovely guy as well, and by far the best après-match character as well.
Yeah, he had an incredible career. For people who didn't know, he was on the old version of Primetime called 7 Days, and he did
the scandal trying to rumble Fianna Fáil.
Basically,
in the 60s, wasn't it?
He did a hidden camera spot on them, and he was actually taken to court over it. Yeah. He had 16 months left on his contract in RTE. So the only thing they knew to do with him was
stick him in the sport,
exactly.
Get him out of the way.
And he did that for the remainder of his career until he was 17
but
years
everyone
of age.
says why he was such a good broadcast journalist, though, because he had the civil, he was young before the civil news and all that. He came from that kind of journalist background.
Sure.
So it was a journalist brain.
Yeah.
In kind of, I guess,
but he could also play stupid as well. He was obviously also in his element when they finally gave him the opportunity to host the one sport he loved, the Ryder Cup, and he was different on that. He excelled on that. He was excited on that, and it wasn't just because he was great friends with the lads. Which brings me to my favourite moment. My favourite Bill moment, Alpha's delayed,
home
and away, clappy hands hat and all that.
And there's Buongiorno Roma as well.
Absolutely. Mine is when they were on the Miriam show, the four of them sitting down and talking about hanging out and them being great pals and singing songs for each other. And it gave you a brief look behind the curtain of why that team works so well. If you're looking at it from a straight up punditry kind of aspect, it was entertaining but for all the wrong reasons sometimes. But the banter and the way that they were so encapsulating on screen was because they were all great pals.
I think as well, though, another great one was when he was on Naked Camera.
Ah, yes.
And he was like, I know you, you're from the telly. He's like, yep, TV Sports Personality of the Year, that's me. Blowing his own trumpet there. Just great.
He was a great guy. He was terrific. Okay, so let's get into all the news, and there's a shitload. We'll try and keep it segmented. Let's look at the managerial situation around the footballing world first. So Ancelotti, I guess, is the biggest news, and that happened today. There was a press conference?
Yeah, only about an hour ago.
Wow.
Perez just came out and sacked him. He goes, "Thanks for everything you did, but we're gonna go a different way." It's like,
Sure, you
I
know
don't
the Champions
know
League was
what
good.
I don't know what they're thinking. Of
Is
this
this
one, like,
his second season or his third?
second?
Second. Like he
But like Perez is like they sacked Del Bosque a day after they won the La Liga
yeah, but
because he didn't win the Champions League.
You can't like Del Bosque did go on to do great things, but it's basically what they do in Madrid. You can't spend the money that they've spent and almost challenge for nothing.
Who's the best manager in the world?
Guardiola
Mourinho.
probably.
Mourinho's.
Mourinho.
They're not getting Guardiola. They had Mourinho. My point is,
Tried to get Mourinho
you're
back.
saying that. Well, they did actually. That's a very good point. You're saying that you can't spend that money and not achieve all this stuff. The man won the Champions League last year. They're always going to spend a terrific amount of money every 2 or 3 years, and then consistently spend as much as anybody else. How will they ever be happy?
They won't.
But this is the thing. Like,
Well, Calderon, when he was there, the old president, he came in after Perez in 2005 till 2009. He didn't sack managers.
Yeah, but that was the
Capello-
worst run of the club's career.
They won 2 La Ligas.
Yeah, but they were shambolic in the Champions
Yeah, but
League.
they've only won 1 La Liga since Perez has come back.
That's true. But that was Barcelona being the best team ever. Like.
Yeah, well, they also lost to Atletico Madrid as well.
Well, that was Ancelotti.
You can't say it's Ancelotti when they lose and then it's Perez when they win. Like, or, I think
I'm not saying
Ancelotti.
that,
I don't
no.
know what way they're going to go. Rafa Benitez is apparently the favourite.
Well,
Why would you
apparently-
sack
apparently-
Ancelotti and get Benitez in? I don't.
Apparently, they
understand.
want a Spanish coach. It's just what all teams do when they go through a few.
But they're running out
foreigners
of
and then they-
managers. Like the next guy they're going to get is like Laurent Blanc or something like that.
Well,
He'll be the next one.
the next guy they're going to get is Rafa
Or-
Benitez, my friend.
No, well the one after.
It'll be
after
Pochettino
Benitez
after
is-
Rafa.
Pochettino.
Yeah, he's my shout.
Okay, well, look, we'll keep this. Like, I don't know. I'll never agree with this mentality of Madrid. Allardyce gone from West Ham. We've talked maybe more than.
Rafa could be getting that job too.
Well, I doubt it, but we've talked almost more about the idea of what happens when West Ham season is over and Sam Allardyce more than anybody else, I think, on this show.
2 minutes the Twitter feed,
Yeah.
like 4:53.
So when was he told, John?
I think he already knew because they had their like team after season party a few weeks ago, and he didn't do a speech. So I think there's a few managers that knew they were finished.
Yeah, I'd say they probably went to him. Look, you don't want to stay. We don't really want you.
Yeah.
Do you want to just finish up? It's like grand. I think he's like, I'll just finish the job here. If
He's
we
done a
win
grand
this."
job. I can see where West Ham are coming from, though. He's not loved by the fans, and West Ham will be moving into the stadium next year.
Yeah, but
They'd want to.
they want to be careful what they're doing here, though.
Yeah,
Like every club he's left have got relegated.
yeah, he's.
Like their next manager. Like that is, I don't like him, but West Ham like they
I thought he was a good fit.
they've been a bit of an up and down team battling relegation. He had them
Stable.
5th this year for a lot of the time. He doesn't play great football, but I think if you offer most teams who are down relegation or Championship League One, yeah, I'll gladly finish mid-table in the Premier League.
Do we have any idea of how much influence he had in the signings? Because they got some great players in.
They were
I'd say a lot because even the players they signed, Andy Carroll, Kevin Nolan, like all.
well. I think in the
last.
last summer they bought well. Sacco looked all right. Valencia looked all right. Like they played a lot better football this year. To be fair, especially at home. But I don't know. I think it's a bit dodgy
Yeah, he was probably gone around January because that's when their form kind of dipped, and he was like, me.
because they were safe.
Yeah.
Like loads of teams. Like look at Newcastle. Look at Hull. They got dragged into it. Sunderland. They all got dragged down.
Derby sack Steve McLaren.
Deserved.
Yeah.
Fucking need you.
Okay.
Wally with a brolly.
And Leeds have a new manager, do they?
Will he be the Newcastle manager, McLaren?
Oh, God.
Apparently he said no to them.
Yeah.
But they'll probably go for him again. Or they'll stupidly.
Yeah, but he
leave
had
John
to say no.
Carroll
He
down.
was going to join them 3 matches in. Like,
Well, I don't know. I think McLaren's a fucking dirt manager now. Yeah, Leeds have Uwe Rosler as their manager now.
Who?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's he actually, when we did the predictions there on the first episodes, I actually said I thought Wigan would win the league because I thought he was a good manager back then, and they got relegated, but they got relegated after he got sacked. So I don't know.
You're slightly optimistic?
He did get Wigan to a semi-final of the FA Cup and kicked them from 19th in Championship to 5th.
You're slightly optimistic?
Well, he's going to be sacked at Christmas, so not really. It doesn't really matter.
I was watching
Good man.
was it League One playoff?
Beckford, yeah.
Preston, former Leeds manager, and 2 Leeds players
3.
scoring as well.
3. Paul Huntington at the back scored. Kilkenny pulling the strings from midfield, and Beckford scoring a hat trick. With Grayson, our best manager the last 10 years.
What's wrong with Beckford though? Is
There's
he
nothing.
just,
He's good.
Yeah, but is he like?
He's got a relationship with Grayson. He's happy with Grayson. Like Leeds
yeah,
have made
but
an
Bolton
inquiry.
didn't want him, and Everton.
Leeds have made an inquiry for him, but I think he might stay with Grayson, especially if they got promoted. I'd rather be at Preston than Leeds, to be honest.
Okay, people leaving, people going who aren't managers. Falcao is gone. What a year.
When did he arrive?
Falcao's gone. We actually kind of did this last week, didn't we? So not much left to say, but do we know where he's going?
He's back to Monaco anyway. But they can't pay his wages, surely.
They did for a year.
Might go to
Or two.
America, South America or something like that.
Is he all ready to pack it in already?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Well, he was an absolute disgrace.
Yeah.
And like, there's no way Atletico would take him back, so have him and Torres there. Like, it'd just be.
Raheem Sterling is as good as gone. Started on the bench, didn't come on. We're hearing that the Manchester United interest isn't actually legitimate. Man City, though, is preparing a 40 to 45 million pound bid. Obviously, Liverpool would rather sell him abroad than to the rivals, but I'm pretty sure they'll take that, yeah?
After watching the last few Liverpool matches, I wouldn't call Man City rivals anymore.
Fair enough.
He's
But
rivals now, Spurs and
Oh, I wouldn't even say them. Stoke, Swansea.
West Ham without
Yeah.
Allardyce.
If you ever see the final episode of Dream Team, spoilers, they burned down the stadium. I wouldn't mind that going down right about now.
we'll get to that. We'll get to
It
that.
is quite funny how what of a calamity it was.
We'll get to it. Yaya Toure staying at Man City.
His agent, I think his agent's just
Posturing.
Yeah.
fucking agent.
Same thing Klopp is doing now.
I think that he looked at the reality of it and he might have thought the Man City thing isn't going to work because they're first off shite and they won't be able to pay his wages. The other option was PSG, and maybe PSG got cold feet. I don't know, but
They seem to be looking at Di Maria, so it's probably
Yeah.
either or.
yeah, if his options are drying up like that in terms of people who can pay his wages, you can definitely see him staying.
By the way, yeah, well, maybe he's staying as well because it was his birthday, last month?
Yeah.
You know, they gave him 720 grand as a present this year
That's nice.
because they didn't even get him a cake last year.
They actually gave him. Are you
700
sure about
grand.
this?
Yeah.
Did they give him like one of those big hilarious checks? Like,
It's like, no wonder he wants to stay now. He got 700 grand for it because it's his birthday.
yeah, but that's 3 weeks' wages. Like,
It's also more than most people earn in a lifetime.
fair.
Okay, and finally in the playoffs, Norwich City beat Middlesbrough today 2-0.
Delighted.
Canaries are up as well.
I call that one anyway.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah,
get to the predictions, but you're happy to see Norwich back in. They always kind of feel like a Premier League team, one that you want to see in the relegation
They're
battle.
always a team I want to see Liverpool play. Middlesbrough are the opposite. So like Norwich.
Well, Hull are gone.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll take
It's
happy.
actually a great few relegations for us, I have to say. Although we did a double over Burnley. Yeah.
And Newcastle stayed up. You love hammering them 5-0.
They beat us this year.
They did
So,
actually.
actually, so did Hull. So
All right, let's go through the final. After the first season doing this show, the final Premier League roundup.
do we have to?
Yeah, unfortunately we do. Okay, let's see. We've got a lot of dates here. Oh Jesus, there it is at the bottom. Where am I starting here, Dan? For Christ's sake.
It goes all the way down to Stoke.
Oh,
so there's
Jesus.
so many goals I couldn't fit them all on it. So
Okay, we'll start
wasn't
here.
wasting paper.
Okay, Steve Gerrard, consummate professional, got his big send off last week, but still for some reason had to be played in this game. And you know what can you say?
Did Mark Muniesa pull his hamstring, or why did he stop running?
If I can say that again,
The defender.
what do you
He
mean?
just stopped running.
Just let him score.
He let him score.
Who did?
Yeah.
The defender. He stopped running.
Yeah.
Who?
Muniesa, the defender.
Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. I look. Listen. I don't know, but if I can finish what I was saying.
I think Begovic let it in as well.
Okay.
Well, no, it was a nice finish. But
Yeah,
So,
you did well.
Steve Gerrard, right, goes out with a bang. You know, breaks another record. Part of a Liverpool team, biggest first half defeat in Premier League history. Without reply. It was 5-0 by half-time, ladies and gentlemen.
Liverpool finished 8 points behind United, and this month alone they've lost to Hull, Crystal Palace, and Stoke.
Yeah.
Like 2 wins of that, and there might have been a challenge or something. But
Nah, yeah.
he's gone.
Okay, is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Rodgers?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gone.
No, he's not. He's not going anywhere.
He is so gone.
He'll be there.
You think a team can lose 5-0 for the 5-0 at halftime in its first history, its biggest defeat in
He'll be there.
1962?
He'll be there.
John, the other side of the coin is
fans
this,
will
right?
riot if
The
he's
other,
still there.
the other side of the coin is this, yeah?
Yeah.
Disrepute in the dressing room because of the Sterling thing.
It's the Sterling thing.
Not playing the best team because you want to give Steve Gerrard a send off. No, I'm just playing devil's advocate
Yeah.
here, okay? Nothing to play for anyway, yeah? Last game of the season. So, although it is shambolic, is it not kind of the one time you might get away with it?
To be
If
fair,
it was the one time,
To be
but
fair,
they lost to
John,
Crystal
though,
Palace 3-1 last week, and that doesn't explain the FA Cup semi-final to Villa.
this is all started this bad form since the Sterling thing.
It,
You have to
What?
get him
No,
out of the club.
no.
yeah, well,
What's this March?
sort of, but he's just one player, Dan.
Yeah, but if he says he
Since-
doesn't want to sign contracts, he
since-
doesn't want to. He doesn't. This wasn't allowed.
Dan,
He's rejecting contracts.
since
he can't
Neil-
walk back
Dan,
into a dressing
Since
room.
Neil's
respect
wedding, since
that.
Neil's wedding,
Yeah.
that United match, Liverpool have been shambolic. They've had 9 matches. They've won 2, which are who was it? Burnley and Newcastle at home.
Go figure.
They've had 9 matches. They've lost 6.
Oh,
They've
no,
won
it hasn't
2
been
and they've
good.
drawn 1.
It hasn't been good.
You can say, yeah, Sterling's thing wasn't it, but Sterling wasn't the main man in that team.
And you're also remembering, Dan, that this is a 20-year-old kid, and the whole club has been wrapped up in a frenzy about the 30. Hold on, about the 36-year-old man leaving. If anything, the dressing room, there's as much focus on that than just one guy. It's not like Messi in Barcelona when he's unhappy.
Well, I'd be worried next year without the leaders in that team.
There's no one at Liverpool now that you want to buy jerseys with their on their back, with someone on their back. There's also Sterling who wants to go,
Coutinho.
and
People buy Coutinho jerseys.
Coutinho,
John.
I guess,
Give
but
us one.
not
yeah.
as much Gerrard. But yeah, if that team starts, which it will, because we're not going to big money, it won't last. You get rid of Rodgers now, or you get rid of him at October. He won't.
Who would you get in though?
Can I read a statement?
realistically?
I've no idea, but you need someone different.
He said
Marcus.
today that I've always said that the owners want me to go, then I'll go. It's as simple as
He
that.
hasn't said that at all.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
say-
no, I mean like he hasn't said anything like that until
Do
like
you think
on
he wants
Wednesday.
out?
Oh, absolutely. Did you see the photos of him? We've almost
He's at the end of his tether.
Liverpool kill managers almost. They almost literally kill Gerrard Houllier. But like
Graham Souness?
Yes, yeah, Graham Souness.
He had a heart attack as well.
It's the toughest job because, like you said, we're the 5th highest or wages or whatever. We're the 5th. We should be finishing 5th. Yet the Liverpool fans expect more. The owners expect more. And it'll kill it's a 10-year anniversary of Istanbul today, and obviously there's photos going around. Look at Rafa then, and then look at photos when he finished. Like it kills him, and I don't think he
Like
wants
the
to be
US
there.
presidency.
And
Look what it does to a man.
I think that he set targets. He said he'd get a trophy in top 4, and in 3 matches he lost to United in a bad match. He got humiliated by Arsenal, and then God knows what to Villa. And I think since then he knows he's done.
I think it's the lack of leadership in the club is worrying for you
Yeah.
next year.
John, if he is going in the summer, you presume we'll know sooner than later, right? Very soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did they not come
Next
out
two.
today and say that we want him to stay?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think
Not
so.
to my knowledge. Anyway, moving on from that, the relegation battle. So we had Hull being held to a draw at the Kingston Stadium by United, although they What's it here? Wait, it says Kingston.
The KC Stadium.
Kingston Stadium. I was like, what's this communication?
It's like the Jamaica
Jesus
Stadium.
Christ. But they had 2 disallowed goals. Not that it would have made a difference because Newcastle actually won 2-0. Now
Rightfully
look,
disallowed.
huh?
Rightfully disallowed.
Okay, look, Newcastle won 2-0 anyway, and say what you will about them wanting to go down, which I think we all did in a way. There was this one lovely, fantastic moment where the man who got the second goal was Gutierrez coming back from his cancer scare. And, it was a nice moment for Newcastle fans, but a part of me just didn't think they deserve it as usual.
It kind of bothered me because it was a nice moment, but it also wasn't.
Yeah.
Because they didn't need the result.
Yeah.
So it was like,
I suppose, yeah.
so it was like, yeah, but no.
And also, he only scored the second goal.
Yeah, but he got the assist for the first.
Still would have been enough.
And West Ham? Sam Allardyce should be sacked. Charles Gutierrez is literally the slowest man in football. He looked like the running past players couldn't cross his.
He's terribly fit.
He always tries hard, but generally he's a waste of a fucking shirt and waste of space in that team. Before his cancer, he was always pretty terrible.
So cancer wouldn't make him better.
Obviously. So unless the radiation treatment, gave him superpowers.
Radioactive man.
But which
That was
I'm
on
gonna have to
today.
get that out of the show.
That was on today.
Very good. Okay, so there you go. Hull are the team going down, and Newcastle stay up. So that was that. My second favorite team and it's a very close second favorite team in England. Leicester City beating QPR 5-1. Goals from Vardy, Albrighton, Cambiasso getting on the score sheet at the end. I think we'll talk about him a little bit later. But that was a lovely result, and the only man who's been somewhat of the same grace for QPR.
Who scored the third goal?
Young Charlie Adam has...
Who scored the third goal for Leicester now?
Yola.
I knew you could. That's why you skipped him, isn't it?
No, I just saw Cambiasso and I got distracted.
Is Yola?
It looked like
Sure.
Cambiasso was going though.
Yeah.
Like the celebration was like, "You're welcome."
I kept this up. I'm off. I go.
I must leave now. My planet needs me.
We'll get to it later on, but I went back and listened to the prediction show, and telling you guys were big QPR fans. Good old Harry, they won't go down. Harry's too good of a manager. He's only gone down once before, and that was with Southampton.
John, to be fair, you did say Newcastle would be the surprise package.
And they were. We talked about them most 9 weeks. I'm claiming that.
Fuck, he could get...
I did say Leicester would be the surprise pack.
Yeah, you didn't actually. What I said, you made no predictions, and then I was like, you were like, I'm not sure. And I go with Leicester, and you went, fine, I'll take Leicester.
Yeah, I went with Leicester.
Okay,
Serious goals committee this.
All right, let's try and say the predictions for later best we can. So yeah, Charlie Adam, you know, surely somebody's going to sign him.
Leeds are after him.
Yeah, but surely somebody in the Premier League's going to sign him.
Spurs. He's terrible. He
He
won't
can't run.
Charlie Adam and Harry Kane up front.
Oh,
I
congrats to
told him.
Peter Crouch. He's became the number one headed goals person in the Premier League ever.
Pete Shearer's record.
Not really a accomplishment when you're 6'7", in my opinion. Kind of like be a disappointing career
You know,
if he didn't.
he made his debut in the Premier League in 2002.
Yeah, so there he's
So
yeah,
like
fair
he's
play.
there quite a while now.
He's there quite a while. Everton losing out to Spurs. Spurs going 5th. Harry Kane with probably his 24th goal of the season, perhaps. Just guessing.
Only his second goal since he was called up to the England team.
Yeah, well, it does wonders for people usually. So that's Spurs into 5th. We'll do the table in a moment. Crystal Palace, Shamak 1-0 against Swansea at Selhurst. Jump in if you want.
You're not around there.
Chelsea and Sunderland. Chelsea went 1-0 down. And then Diego Costa and Remy getting 2. Was 3-1 final score. Aston Villa losing to Burnley. So it seems that the Tim Sherwood bloom is really off the rose. Aston Villa have been pretty shite the last couple of weeks, and they're going into the FA final against Arsenal. They know that they're losing their best player in the summer. So what happened? Why is the honeymoon period over so quick?
I don't think he's that good of a manager. I think they were safe, so there's no point. I didn't see the team, but I'd imagine that there's a few players rested.
I think they were also they're saving themselves for the final as well. They don't want to get injured.
Why
So.
wouldn't
Okay. And finally, Arsenal 4-1 against West Brom. I didn't see this. You said there was an amazing
They had their lads
Wilshere
out for the
goal.
first half.
It was a typical
It was just ridiculous.
typical Arsenal match that doesn't matter. There's always like one a year. You know, they usually do it to Norwich, sure. Thankfully, back in the Premier League
You
now.
also missed one match. City beat Southampton 2-0.
All right.
That meant.
Lampard scored.
Lampard's last game in the Premier League. Nobody
Yeah.
made a big deal about that, did they?
He did it last year.
He'd be back with Spurs.
There was a moment in the Chelsea match where Drogba got injured and the players decided to carry him off instead of getting a stretcher. There was a moment that
Sorry. Say that again.
the players picked him up.
Pick 2 up.
Drogba.
They were exhausted after it.
Yeah, and like carried Drogba. And there's a little part of me that go, I bet if they did that, they could probably still win the league this year. Just like with carrying Drogba on their shoulders as a team, they could probably still beat the muck.
Drogba's actually gone as well. We should note. I don't know where he's going.
He said
to
he'd
go.
be back as a coach.
But is he go? He's not retiring though.
No, he wants one more year at least. It's like,
Where?
he wants a payday.
Liverpool.
They're all getting a payday, aren't they?
Yeah. Where do you think he'll go?
Liverpool.
Fucking right.
I'd take him over 35 million Benteke or whatever it's supposed to be.
Would you?
Absolutely.
All right. So the table finished. QPR, Burnley, and Hull City. Bottom 3 getting relegated. Villa in 17th, disastrous, even with that turnaround. But I guess, without it, they would have been relegated.
They were gone without it.
They were gone without it. Sunderland, Newcastle, Leicester in 14, West Brom 13, West Ham 12th, Everton 11th, Crystal Palace 10th, Stoke 9th, Swansea 8th, Southampton 7th, Liverpool 6th, Spurs 5th. So there's your Europa League. United into playoff for the Champions League. Arsenal, City, and Chelsea make your top 3. And that was
Southampton can still get Europa League if Villa win. Or sorry, if Arsenal win, excuse me.
okay.
Can I just say one thing, just to get back on my Liverpool thing? Roger said when he signed, judge me in 3 years. We're now 3 points better off than we were for the season before he got there. And he said he'd shore up the defence this year, and we've conceded 2 less goals. So, job done there.
Job done.
And we've conceded 50, we scored 50 less.
To be fair though, you got like 2 spankings of Arsenal and Stoke, which 10 goals.
So
So, John, just looking at the stats here, striker scored 7 goals this year. We conceded 6 at Stoke.
Yeah.
Steve Gerrard was our top scorer, 13 goals. Overall, the 5th best Liverpool player, though, in terms of overall stats. 1 assist, 13 goals, 2 man the match appearances, 1 in the FA Cup. This is our best player. He's 36. He's gone.
yeah.
Also, talisman, which is somewhat important. There's no hope. Like,
No.
there's no hope. I just thought I'd
You're
want to mention
probably in
that.
a worse position than when you had Aquilani coming in, all them lads. And
Yes, we are.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, just very briefly, want to mention the international, the leagues in Europe, Champions League qualifications anyway, and then we'll go into our big preview and prediction part, mention our awards for the overall season. Juve topping Serie A by 16 points. Roma with 70. Lazio at 66. Came down to the wire between Roma over the last 2 weeks.
where
but
did
they did it.
Lazio come from? Like, did they just
Italy.
sneak in there?
No, they did well this year.
I just thought they were
They
kind
were
of
in the
behind
Copa
Napoli and
Italia final,
Fiorentina.
weren't they?
Yeah, no, they're
Lost in
doing
extra
fine.
time.
Them,
Watch that.
Napoli and Fiorentina, who actually make up 3, 4 and 5 of the league, are always in and around the Champions League sniffing these days. And for those of you the same age as myself and Dan and John, well, I'm significantly older, but those of us around the same age who want to know where the old dogs are.
Summer '69 is based on Neil's life.
Inter finished 8th, Milan finished
9th.
12th, wasn't
10th.
Speaking of
Absolutely
Milan,
shocking.
did you see the Jamie Carragher interview with Paolo Maldini?
it? It was pretty funny.
It was great.
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher interviewed Paolo Maldini
Yeah.
about his new club.
But no, it was about the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah,
Because Maldini's doing a rival club in Miami to Beckham. Anyway,
Was he?
for the
Oh, but
MLS.
he was just saying like how like Milan like they lost the plot after the match and Milan then started playing really well again when it went 3-3 and how they thought I had it won. It was amazing stuff and it was like they go what did Jamie say? He's like, well, I have to talk about Athens, I suppose, but we'll quickly move on to Istanbul. It's like it was just classic stuff, but it was some good stuff. Like both guys, like obviously they're both great defenders and great professionals and one man clubs and all that. Both played left back, both played centre half, but it's kind of like that. There's no good centre halves anymore. And he said Thiago Silva is the only one. Maldini also said the way like full backs now are you're judged on how good you are going forward. Maldini was like, why can't you be judged if you're a good defender? Like Ashley Cole was actually a pretty good defender as well. Like I think Ivanovic is probably the best fullback in the world, maybe.
Yeah,
because he can do everything.
I think
he can do
if-
everything. He scores goals, he assists, but he's as solid as anything defensively.
I think he's been often overlooked. I actually think this was not one of his best years, but I think over the last 5, Ivanovic is a hell of a hand. Very diverse, and he's never bad when he has to play centre
Because
midfield.
you've got
centre
got like your Dani Alves, your those kind of guys. Like they're seen as like wing backs. Well, Ivanovic is so solid though. You know what I mean? As well,
Absolutely,
so kind of an
absolutely.
old breed.
I
It was
watched-
interesting.
I watched the final 10 minutes of the Genoa Inter match,
Mhm.
and Inter lost in the last minute, but they got like a free kick, and I was like, here's like Neil's moment, Shaqiri here. Didn't let him take it.
Yeah, I know, it's
Like,
ridiculous.
what?
By the way, let me say one last thing about Serie A. They did this ceremony. It was on Satanta, Juve lifting the cup, right? I tell Dan about this. I've never seen such a fucking overhyped drivel in my life. And I love the old lady, right? 10 minutes backstage in the dressing room, Pirlo in his boxers, like that clip of him with the Coppa Italia. Just looking around, the lads are just taking selfies, having the laugh, right? Then outside the podium on the pitch, they announce everybody individually by number, right? They'll say a little piece about them, announce their first name, the crowd will go, Buffon! And then he'll come out. And they did this for every player in the squad. 45 minutes from the start of the programme until the trophy was lifted.
Did they shout beast when that smoke came out?
Look, it hasn't caught on over there yet.
Buffon must have been literally standing in the pitch like in Egypt, like bored at this stage.
Look,
Could have had a cup of tea, got a blanket out,
they
had
did
a
that-
fucking flask.
he's very much
They
known
did
for
something
that, yeah.
similar when Real Madrid won the league under Mourinho, like. And Mourinho came out when all the players were out, and Mourinho came out, and before they even lifted the trophy, Mourinho just gets on his knees and starts bowing to the players and all.
Yeah.
It's
Jeepers.
just like, cock.
Speaking of the Spanish league, let's just run over that. Barca finished top with 94 points, Madrid just 2 behind. Okay, so 110 goals, Barcelona, 118 goals, Madrid. It's just, you won't find anything outside.
It wasn't it wasn't match fixing in the Barcelona match, but it was pretty damn close.
Hold on, we'll get that in a moment. I just want to give you the stats here first, fellas. 67 goals scored for Atletico. Atletico also finished on 78 points. Below them were Valencia in 77, Sevilla under that in 76. Guys, am I jumping too far by saying, right, the last 2 years we had a slight shift where we had 3 teams in it, you know? You look at this table...
If
and
Seville win the Europa League, there are 5 teams in it.
That's not my point.
Well,
If you look...
that's what's gonna happen if they
This
do.
happens when you talk over the man with the stats in front of
Don't
him.
rule out Dinapo. Or
If
whoever
you
it is.
look at the points and the goals scored, it looks like it did 2012 all the way back. It looks like it's 2 and everyone else. Are we going back to those times?
Yeah.
It seems
What, like Madrid and Barca?
it's just they're
Yeah,
just
well,
miles.
they top the league in any league.
They buy the best players.
The point is, Dan, that it was always Atletico have bridged the gap over to their side, right? Over the last 2 seasons, it looks like it's completely gone back to normal here.
There's always
Yeah,
one
well,
team that bridges the
yes.
gap 1 year. But Rafa did it too, but generally you can't.
Well, like the amount of money they have in the players, like Ronaldo and Messi alone will get you 15 points.
Plus, it's gone
Like,
back to the
it's-
thing
that's
where
alone, like.
it's gone back to the thing where Real Madrid will buy the best Premier League player, and Barcelona will buy. Well, last year they bought the best Premier League player, but they'll just buy who they need. Like.
Tell me what you were referencing with the match fixing goals.
Oh, I watched the Barcelona Deportivo match just to see like Xavi's going away, like, and relax, Dan.
Itching my head.
No,
that's all.
and it was great. Barca went 2-0 up, 2 Messi goals, and it was grand. And then 2-0 at half time. And Deportivo got 2 goals fairly early on in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But it was very much like Barcelona weren't going to wreck themselves because they've got the Champions League, and Deportivo needed a point to stay up. So it was just like a.
Depot were trying so hard. And like Barca were like, I don't care.
Yeah, so like Deportivo stayed up, didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, which is
because they had a better head-to-head against Eibar and Almeria.
Yeah.
What was Xabi's send-off like?
It was emotional.
It was sad. Like it was good to see him go. Like, but they gave him everything, and he had a speech. He started crying, but he still has 1 game left at the new camp. Next week against the Copa del Rey against Bilbao.
Funnily, you'd mentioned that. I think. Have you looked into this
we
yet?
have tickets.
We've got for a lucky winner.
No, Keely gets them.
No, we were discussing this myself and Dan earlier, and I need to look into it. But after capturing the Copa Italia, if Barcelona do in the Copa del Rey, it might be the first Champions League final where both teams are vying for a treble.
Shame PSG already got one this year, so.
Did they? I didn't get the treble,
It's 3 trophies is still pretty impressive.
Who got them?
but there's the treble.
PSG won all the French Cups.
I tell you, still not the same. Okay, guys, before we go into our awards, season-long awards, and then we'll do the prediction comparison afterwards, I'm just going to ask you a few questions on the final stats, okay? First one I have for you here, okay, is statistically the top 10 players, all right, in Europe, okay? The qualifications for this are average rating with a minimum of 20 appearances. So somebody is in here at number 3 who maybe if he'd played every game this season wouldn't be this high. I'll just give you that. But minimum 20 appearances. Okay, so let's see if we can go through the top 10. So, number 1.
Messi used to be up there.
Correct. Number 2.
Suarez.
Ronaldo,
True. Number 3.
Neymar,
Well, this is
Keep that in mind.
This is the other one, isn't
Yeah.
it? Ashley Young.
Let's not get ridiculous.
Well,
Michael Carrick,
No, it's not that ridiculous. It's just somebody who literally only played 20 games this year. He still would have been in the top 6.
Daniel Sturridge.
Seriously. I think
he didn't even play 6 games.
I don't know if there's a Liverpool player in the top 50.
Yeah.
There's not. All right, go on.
Is this in all top leagues? Is it?
It's in all the leagues.
Alex Mode. Lewis Cook.
Xabi Alonso.
No.
Got 2 that are on the list though. Hummels.
Nope.
Royce.
Nope.
And he played 20
What
games.
league?
Bundesliga.
Gundogan.
Think of a star in the Bundesliga, not somebody Dan thinks is
Muller.
good. Same team.
Götze.
Same team.
Definitely not Gutsa.
Come on, guys.
Lewandowski.
He's legitimately
Robin.
one of the best players. Thank you. Number 4, you said him earlier. It was your guess for number 3.
Neymar.
Neymar. Number 5.
Suarez.
Nope, Suarez didn't make the top 10 because of the first half of the year. Keep that in mind.
Sorry, Modric.
England.
Aguero.
England.
Costa.
England.
Hazard.
Okay. Number
It's all
6.
wingers, isn't it?
Number 6. This is going to be a tough one. All right. The one that got away from Jose.
Gerrard.
No, recently. He shouldn't have let him go, perhaps.
Surely.
Other one.
The Wiz.
No. The next
Mata.
big thing,
Brock Lesnar. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne.
Kevin De Bruyne.
He's great.
Number 7, Madrid player.
Modric.
Nope. Marge Barrett.
Isco.
No.
Bale.
Benzema.
Bale.
What kind of sandwich do you like?
Ham.
Okay.
I said him earlier.
Yeah, I know.
He
but
said keep it in mind.
All right. Okay.
all
I
right.
forgot.
Number 8, won the signings of the season in the Premier League.
Cesc.
Nope.
Courtois.
Sanchez.
Yep. Number 9. Okay, you're not going to get this. Well, Dan might. Wolfsburg player. That's not Kevin De Bruyne.
Luis Gustavo.
Tapas franchise from Spain.
Bastos.
Tapas franchise from Spain. That's everywhere.
Nando's.
Yep. Naldo.
Not the defender. Is that the defender?
Yeah, so he's the highest rated
He's
defender.
a good player, actually.
And these are all like the major stats, right? So, and then Firmino from Hoffenheim is number 10. I'll just give you
Could have got him.
He's
my next guess.
I'll just give you the next ones then really quick, just so people don't think that this is a hoax. Zlat in 11th, Amavi from Nice in 12th. This is very interesting. I wonder if
Speaking of the French league, Origi was voted in the worst league.
11, yeah.
Still got more goals than all our
He
strikers
got 8 goals, to be
combined.
fair. Yeah.
it is League One. I wonder if people look at these like managers and stuff. All right, Rodriguez, the Swiss fullback, 13. Velasquez for Palermo, 14. Pogba, 15. Tevez, 16. Suarez, 17. Lacazette from Leon, 23. A lot of people are linked with him. At least they were in January, but not as much now. Aguero in 19, and young Gareth Bale in 20th. So there you go. There are your stats. Now, in terms of the Premier League, who is the best who would be the best attacker statistically in the Premier League?
John Walters.
No, attacker. So we're talking like
He is a striker.
Reds and Pro. He's as much of a number 10 though, isn't he?
Sterling.
No, come off it.
Balotelli.
Are you okay? So who's the best attacking player? It's very easy, guys.
Fabregas.
Like centre forward or
Aguero.
forward
Costa.
striker. No.
Kane.
Who won all the fucking awards for Player of the Year?
Hazard.
All right, thank you very much.
He said
Okay.
striker.
Yeah, he said, no, never mind. He's
Okay.
useless.
Best.
No chance.
Okay, this one I'd love if somebody got. Okay, statistically, the best central or defensive midfielder in the league. This is you'll never get it.
Steven Nzonzi.
No.
He's really good this year. Is he lower?
Absolutely.
Cambiasso.
No.
Check Tiote.
He is from Oceania.
Oh, your man Mark Milik-Jedinec
Yep.
of Palace.
Off Palace. And
Was
finally,
he injured for half the year?
again. See, this is it's a false start because like 24 appearances, but I told you 20 is the limit before you make the list. And statistically, the best defender in England.
John Terry.
No,
Jones.
but he is English. Yes. Well
I
done.
read that somewhere.
Fucking
It's the most
insane.
ridiculous. Him and Smalling are like top of the list.
It's just absolutely incredible. Okay, guys, so they're the stats. So basically, if you disagree with those, you're wrong. So that's why I wanted to point that out first.
55% of people know that stats are incorrect. Come on.
You know, this time, 10 years ago, Liverpool were 3-0 down to AC Milan.
It was one of the greatest nights of my life.
I remember I was
Wonder
actually
what
watching it in the studio as well.
You were watching it here.
I was watching it in the studio, yeah.
Jeez, why didn't we have a few brewskis tonight then? We could have stuck it on in here.
No.
Fair enough. Okay, let me have a look here. Now, are we doing Premier League or are we doing overall? I presume we have to overall.
For what?
For these awards here, our season awards.
Yeah, just pick who you want.
Big,
Okay, John, your player of the year.
Hazard, I guess. There's no one else.
Okay, so we're sticking with Premier League, are we?
Well, you can pick Messi and or Suarez if you
Well,
want.
we'll pick European and Premier League.
Okay, Hazard and then Suarez if it's European.
Okay, Daniel.
I still think Aguero is really the best player in the league.
Cool.
He's
was
top scorer.
By
to
the
be
way,
fair,
he was third in all those lists.
he
in
was
terms
top
of-
scorer, and
Yeah.
if you're going since January, definitely Messi.
Okay, I would say Aguero and Messi. I would agree. Your goal of the season.
Ballad of Charlie Adams. for the Premier League, and Suarez is second against PSG for World.
That's fucking really good, actually.
Mm.
Ball to Charlie Adam.
Yeah, sure, we'll just put him in there. We'll go for a hat-trick for Charlie Adam, I think, because only he's going to pick him anyway. So, may as well keep this trend going. And for the goal, I'd actually big your man. I don't know if you saw it. There's a guy called Castro for Sociedad.
Yeah.
It was like the Van Basten goal, remember the one I think I showed you?
Oh, okay.
yeah,
incredible,
yeah.
incredible though. I'd pick that.
Your moment of the footballing season, and we'll do on pitch and off pitch.
Can you come back to me?
Yeah, sure. Moment of the year on pitch and off pitch. So basically, on pitch is something that happened within the stadium, footballing moment perhaps, or a goodbye. Off pitch, something to do with football.
Off pitch. This is a hard one. I put it in, but I didn't really think about what.
Okay, I'll do mine.
You do yours. Go on.
Okay, my moment, my favorite moment off pitch, I think this season was, and there was a lot of really, really good ones, but maybe it's just because it's recent, but Louis van Albert Army.
I was
And,
honestly about to do that.
and my favorite moment on the pitch this year was Balotelli's goal at Anfield in the Champions League. It's probably the most nuts I went this year, and it shows how better of a season it was.
I have mine. I think.
Go on, John.
My moment on the pitch was Messi's second goal against Bayern
I was
Munich.
going to put that, yeah.
And
yeah.
my moment off the pitch, although technically was Gerrard's farewell speech and
Yeah.
that whole thing.
Yeah, I'll go along with that.
You agree? Okay, awesome. All right. Best buy of the season, top half of the table, Premier League.
Fabregas or Costa, I guess.
Okay.
They made the difference.
Dan?
Yeah, I'd go Sanchez probably.
I go Sanchez too, but when it looks, I'm actually going
So I think Cesc in the long run, but I think
on this season,
Sanchez kind of got Arsenal out of a hole there for a while.
I'm going to go with, I want to say Sanchez, and statistically the answer is Sanchez, by the way, but I'm going to go with
Is that
Costa.
who scored that cup?
Huh?
Is that who scored?
Yes, of course
that
it
cup?
is. But I'm going to go with Costa because obviously they won the league, and the negative style of playing, quote unquote, came in when Costa wasn't available. Now, I don't think anybody can argue if Costa was available, they wouldn't have won those
An
games
honourable
anyway.
mention as well, if Courtois counts because he came back.
No, it doesn't count.
No.
All right, you were
Bottom.
buy of the season, bottom half of the table.
Okay, so I'm going to go Cambiasso, and an honourable mention also
fair.
for Leicester was Robert Hood, who was brilliant for Leicester. And they
Great
got so many
shout.
clean sheets when he came in. I thought Leicester really got on
Great
that. Go
shout.
Cambiasso because the goals, but Hood is goodbye.
I completely agree with that, and in that order.
Yeah, I'm probably the same there.
Sweet. Okay,
This,
best
this doesn't happen very often. We're all agreeing.
No.
signing of the season worldwide.
Suarez.
Suarez.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, great.
We
excellent.
didn't do the worst spies.
I'm doing it now,
I'm getting
sorry.
them now.
Oh, okay.
Jesus God. All right. Worst buy of the season.
Balotelli. / Dejan Lovren. Anyone Liverpool
I
fan,
wouldn't
really.
put Dejan Lovren in, but anyway.
I'd go Di Maria because he was 65 million.
Yeah, but United got top 4. It's kind of, and they have that money.
I'm saying Falcao.
Yeah. Falcao because he was the biggest disappointment. Like
Well,
I
his
remember
wages,
United
his
signing
wages,
him and being
his
like,
wages.
"Oh shit!" And
Yeah.
then no.
Like, you know, they outpowered City for financially to get him on the last day.
Well,
He was supposed to be going to City, and then he just went, I'll go to Old Trafford instead.
just quite incredible. All right, excellent. Team of the year. I need to try and do
You forgot
mine.
all the worst players. Totally forget it.
What?
The bottom half and the world.
Oh no, I was doing the world there when I was saying
Oh.
when I said Falcao. All right, go on. Well, if you were just sticking with Premier League, then your bottom half and your world.
Where did Liverpool finish?
Ha.
Shut up.
Lols.
Who did Newcastle? Oh, your man Riviere for Newcastle. He was an absolute disgrace.
He is.
He actually played
statistical.
He was
He was bad.
one goal all year, and he missed like 5 open goals all season. It was incredible.
The whole Newcastle team, basically. Rio Ferdinand for QPR.
Awesome. Okay, we don't say anything bad about Rio now, do we?
Why not?
Personal hardships. Dan doesn't care. He's a football man, you see. All right. Team of the year. I have to. Jesus Christ! I wish I had a chance to do mine. I'll do mine for next week's show. All right, go.
I put
Chelsea.
De Gea. It's pretty much Chelsea. De Gea, Ivanovic, Terry, I put Koscielny, and I thought he was very good for Arsenal. They had a very good high record when he was playing.
He has just wanted to suck Koscielny's knees for years now, and I just
You've been
don't
doing it
get
with Dante, and you see how good he is.
Oh yeah, didn't he win a Champions League?
Yeah, and he also should have been sent off in it by costing his team.
He also won the treble that year. Yeah, you're right. Koscielny's
Because
way
it was
better.
all down to Dante because they won the Champions League.
And what has Koscielny won?
Won the FA Cup last year.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. All right. Well, if you want to compare, then that's fine.
Yeah, he's a better player.
Go on. Keep going.
As Billy Quater left back, this is pretty much Chelsea. Cesc, Matic, Hazard, Alexis, Aguero, and Costa.
Let me have a look at that. All right. Go on.
Chelsea.
Chelsea. All right.
Chelsea 11, yeah.
Yeah, get rid of Willian for Sanchez. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do this off the top of my head. Right. I'm gonna go De Gea, Ivanovic, Huth, Terry, Emre Can,
And how bad was he? But
Matic?
Do I have to show you the highlights of the last few weeks?
Matic, Schneiderlin, Hazard, Sanchez, Aguero, Harry Kane.
Not bad.
Pretty good, wasn't it? Off the top of my head. I've got some audio playing here. Don't worry, you won't be able to hear that, man. Okay, predictions. John, just take it. Just take it away. Start with us two and then do yourself.
Well, we can do it all together. Sorry, we'll do it all together. Well, how are we doing this point system? Or are we just doing top six?
We're doing
I
top
thought we
six
thought-
and we had one swing.
Did we not do top 4?
No,
No,
we just did top six.
Top six and one swing, right?
Yeah.
But
So
was the swing, did we mention what our swing had to be, didn't we?
Yeah.
we
did.
mentioned what the swing was, and it had to be. It only matters if it's a draw, basically.
Oh, well then, forget about that. Then top six, please.
All right, I'll do mine first because I lost.
So by points, we're doing, we'll do...
Point for each place.
You get a point for each place.
Do we, here, you've got a pen, are you marking
Yeah,
there? or
point for
something?
each place.
All right, so I'll get mine out of the way. 6, I had United, which is wrong.
You're
Obviously.
nearly right for the majority of the season.
5th, I had City. There was that little moment, and if Liverpool hadn't bottled it, it could have happened. 4th, I had Everton. I don't even know where they.
I thought they were second.
Actually, you could have had Lukaku in as bottom half. Didn't they finish in the bottom half?
Yep.
We're signing. So Lukaku, I guess. Where am I now? 3rd, I had Arsenal, which I got right. 2nd, I had Liverpool, which I got wrong, and Chelsea won the league. So I got 2 points.
2 points.
2 points.
Okay. This is terribly exciting.
I'll do Dan's. Dan had.
Dan thought he had this wrapped up. This is phenomenal.
Obviously, I've gone mad.
Dan had Everton 6th.
Okay.
He had United 5th.
Yeah.
Fuck, I obviously fucking swapped for
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Here, look, you calm down. Go on.
He had Liverpool 4th.
Oh no.
What were you thinking? Yeah.
And he had the first 2 as they were.
The first top 3, you mean?
Top 3.
Yeah, top 3, yeah.
So Dan's on 3 points.
Dan's on 3 points.
Okay, me.
Tom,
I
Nick's
didn't.
gonna
I didn't.
win
No, I
this.
don't think I don't think I won it.
No, you got 2. You
Okay.
Yeah!
Give me. What did
you
I
got
say?
Chelsea.
6th.
No, Chelsea win the league.
Yeah.
City 2nd.
Okay.
Liverpool 3rd.
All right. So I got 2. Now
Arsenal
relegation. Can I win it with these points?
Are we doing relegation?
I think we're doing everything.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Here, you're just getting spited here.
Hold
yeah.
on. We hold on. We're doing an overall
Okay,
point
go on,
system
go on.
here.
Go on.
For relegation,
Yes, please.
Neil had. Sorry, trying to. Did I write this down?
I think we all had Burnley, and that would have been it.
You 2 had Burnley.
That's
Okay.
all I had anyway.
Neil had Southampton
Grand.
and Aston Villa.
Calm down. All right. Who? What did you have in the? Do you have any relegations?
I had
You-
QPR.
QPR, Villa, and West Brom, I think.
Yeah.
So hold on. So we're all on 1 point each there, right?
Yeah,
That's grand.
Dan had Burnley instead of QPR.
So is there any other predictions that we did?
We did player, goal scorers, and surprise.
Phenomenal. All
I
right.
think
Go.
I said Aguero.
Okay, go on.
We'll do goal scorers then. Dan did have Aguero.
Yeah!
He's got the point there. You went for Daniel Sturridge.
Oh yeah, because we all knew he was going to break his legs.
And I went for 2 of Van Persie and David Nugent, who got an impressive 17 goals.
Did Nugent outscore Van Persie?
No, Nugent got 4, Van Persie got 13. Don't know when he did, but he got 13. Player.
Did you pick?
He's up and down like a jockey's bollock. Come on, player of the year.
Neil said Fabregas.
Okay.
Dan said Fabregas.
Okay.
And I said Hazard.
Really?
One for Johnny Boy.
Hey.
Okay. Is that it?
And surprise, how are we doing this?
Okay, so right now, okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4 for John. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Dan. 1, 2, 3 for me.
Well, surprise can go up and down. So I got Newcastle, which Dan took Leicester.
Hold on. The surprise package was doing surprisingly well.
Yeah, like I think Leicester, to be fair.
Yeah, well, Dan picked Leicester.
They were on 19 points in March.
Hold on, who did I pick?
QPR.
Okay, so
John was like, you don't want me to say this.
okay, so Dan is on 6, you're on 4, and I'm on 3, and I presume that's all the predictions?
That is all the predictions.
Jeez, that was fucking fun. Well done, John, on going back and listening.
Well done, John.
So Dan gets the free night out of...
Yeah.
this can be expensive, although the three of us are paying for the winner of the fantasy football's part in the night out. It's all just a couple of drinks vouchers, don't get...
So it's us 3 and Noel and
Dan, you're master of suspense. All right, here we go.
I could have won the fantasy football.
Yeah, I know, but we haven't done that bit of the show yet. Jeez, how
Well,
many
last
fucking
week he was winning, that's what I meant.
I know, but it was a tight race. All right, okay.
Could have been Gary Kieran.
Could have been. Okay. more awards. Goal of the week this week, John.
Charlie Adam. Push past Lucas, hit a bottom corner.
Daniel.
I go in Zonzi. I thought he looked great.
That was actually very nice.
I think he's been one of the best underrated players in the league this year. Very good.
Your spoofer of the week, John.
Liverpool 11.
I've heard like the odd Liverpool player in there, or Rodgers, or the whole 11.
Whole 11.
So it's the spoofers 11.
Yeah. Worst performance of a team this season. And
Fuck
I'm
it, you know
including
what,
Sunderland's 8-0 there.
And the toilet didn't even play.
Oh, he wouldn't get inside.
You should have him right back. I had a chance.
Oh, yeah.
He's somewhat. Like,
Chan's
what was
not-
Chan doing for
I
3 of
don't
the
know.
goals?
I don't know what the team was doing for the 3-0.
All right. Dan, your spoofer of the week.
Mike Ashley for saying that he plans on staying at Newcastle until he wins a trophy and that's the
yes.
Champions League.
That's not
this old
spoof.
chestnut.
That's ambition.
And also another guy, Pablo Hernandez off Hull.
Yeah.
Now obviously doesn't make a difference at the end. When Fellaini got sent off, no, he hadn't got sent off yet, but he comes onto the pitch for 5 minutes and he punches Phil Jones when his team need a goal. Did you see that?
Yeah, Fellaini
What
was
is
pretty
he?
bad.
What's he
Joe,
doing?
I have to say, lads, that was great, that prediction. I can't wait to do next year's predictions,
Yeah, it was
even
great.
though I came last.
I actually thought I got the top 4 right as well. What was I
I know you
thinking?
did. I literally burst out laughing at work as soon as I heard it because you took a good 2 minutes of airtime on. Well, I think Liverpool, Liverpool, but it was before
Well,
it was before United signed like Di Maria and stuff. So I
To
think
be fair though, I did win. So.
yeah, just about. You're winning.
You did win by 2. Okay, my spoofer of the week is Diego Costa for trying to injure the Chelsea supporters who came out to watch their open-top bus parade for winning the Premier League with celery. Diego Costa was pelting fans with celery. There's a video online. He's literally on the top hurling like sticks of celery.
That man's just becoming a troll.
It's just incredible. By the way, am I missing something here? Does celery have any significance to Costa or Chelsea fans?
Salary.
If I think of if football teams were like food or a taste, celery would probably be Chelsea.
John, you've said some ridiculous things in the show. That is the best one.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Fantastic.
My hero of the week is Louis van Gaal for his speech at the
He's gone mad.
United and
Saxophonists don't get it.
oh my god. So for those who didn't see it, he did 8 minutes and he was definitely jarred, and when the crowd were starting to act up and react to him, he was going like, you must listen, and he told a story about how when they were challenging for third that Rooney said they can get second and he loses his mind. Then they get him to do an encore, he goes back up, lost his mind and started talking about how everybody needed applause. The woman saxophonist, he calls her, because of how good she was.
Did you see?
Louis van Gaal is my favourite.
Did you see him giving
person in
Ryan
football.
Giggs a smack?
You smack him on
Yeah,
the back of the
because
head.
it bit him as a
Yeah.
I literally I hope he stays Man United forever. Okay, John, your hero of the week.
I suppose I'll give it to Gutierrez because nothing else happened. It was a nice story technically.
Yeah, it was a
nice story.
fairy tale ending for him, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a nice story with an asterisk at the end.
Yeah, fair enough. Dan, your hero of the week.
He had to go along with that.
The Irish people. All right.
Bill Hurley doesn't count. So.
Yeah, no. Well, he's the hero of the year.
Yeah.
He gets the year-end award. Okay, now listen, Dan. What was the?
I've also got a heel of the week. Heel of the week.
Not only is he winning predictions, he's making up awards. Running amok. Go on.
heel of the week is the woman
That's
from
the-
Preston who stole a shirt off an 8-year-old boy. Jermaine Beckford scored a hat-trick, right? And he scored 2 goals in the playoff semi-finals, 3 goals in the final, and so really well since he's gone there. Like, he's recovered his Leeds form pretty much from 5-6 years ago, and he throws his shirt into the crowd. He comes up about 20 minutes to go, and because it's like there's 5 kids, and he just throws it in something. It's like, yeah, you know, take your pick, who can get it. A woman comes over, steals it off one of the guys who actually got it, took it, and brought it home, and selling it on eBay or Gumtree now for like £300.
No, it's $1,000 and a bit.
£1,000.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That is incredible. But like, if she's selling it online, surely like people will be able to find out who she is.
Can I also have
they are trying to
Can
find
I also have the Examiner newspaper for their hashtag Find Steve Finnan?
Yeah, that was very good.
What happened here?
Basically, they're having a 10-year reunion thing tonight, and they have the whole squad like there's a few photos going around of Liverpool and Leeds legend Harry Kewell and Garcia and Hamann all together. But basically, no one can get in contact with Steve Finnan because he's just taken his money and his medals and went, right, good luck.
Yeah.
So he was found. I don't know if he went. I'm not bothered.
Amazing. Okay, let's have a quick look at the fantasy here. I finished in 8th. Brilliant. Jeez, I did really bad in all these things.
You know, I literally finished the bottom of every other league I've been in, so this is probably the worst fantasy league ever.
Wow.
Probably,
Okay,
yeah.
Dave Nocton, I promise as well, next year I'm going to be so... And the fact that we actually completed the season on this podcast, we were able to get the payoff of the awards. I'm actually going to try with fantasy next year, promise.
I'm telling you, the highlight of my season, if we have that, I'm assuming we'll do like an hour-long show of the Champions League final.
Yeah, we will.
But especially if Juventus win.
Oh,
But
that'll be a Scoopy show. Yeah.
those awards is probably the best part that's happened all year.
Yeah.
Except for my Arsenal rant where I called Arsene Wenger a limp dick of a
Well,
team.
you said there, and you invented a word last week too.
Yeah,
What was it?
Quere.
Fucking amazing. All right, Tommy in 11th, and in 10th, Seamus in 9th, myself in 8th, Gary Kieran in 7th, John in 6th, Rob Normal in 5th, Stephen Vinnie Vincent in 4th, Dan in 3rd, 1932 points, Ron O'Reilly in 2nd with 2002 points, and winner... Coming out with us on the ITK party, which is probably the Champions League final night, is Noel Keeley with 2037, wins it by 35 points. Congratulations, Noel. You're a hell of a man. And
I'm only paying for his night if he can get through watching his wedding speech without pausing it or putting it away.
I'd like to see him just like go and eat, like, have him eat a kebab and we just watch it because he eats it in about 30 seconds.
he does inhale.
I've never
food.
seen it like it.
It is quite fantastic. Dan, what was your teaser from last week?
Who is the last English manager to win the top flight division?
Oh yeah, I remember this. It was Paisley.
Howard Wilkinson for Leeds in '92.
I knew it was going to be the Leeds manager, but all I could think was Peter Reid. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah, we got relegated that year.
Very good. And this week's teaser, Dan.
Okay, we'll talk about a bit on topic. So, how many players did Bill O'Hurley claim David Moyes went scouting for Man United over the space of how many times? So, I need both the players and how many times, please.
Okay.
Good old Bill will fucking miss you. You're good, man.
That's incredible.
I told you, just don't look at it until I call
Yeah,
this
I'm
out.
very glad I didn't.
Oh, amazing.
Please, I'm definitely not going to go back. I'm going to try and remember. See, I'll probably remember the bastardized version that you do after a few drinks, where you exaggerated even more.
I wrote
What's
down
the real one?
I wrote down the actual one. It's saved to my phone now, so don't worry. You can get this on YouTube, and we will accept all tweets if everyone wants to guess.
All right, fantastic. Well, that's the season end review show. We'll come back after the Champions League. We'll talk about the Copa del Rey. We'll talk about the
Are
FA,
we doing a scoop?
FA Cup.
Champions League final.
That's an off-there question. So we've never revealed that we would have a drink before a show. I hope you know. Except all those times it's been very obvious.
Yeah,
anyway,
that second ever show was the first thing you mentioned.
oh yeah. Wait, that was can't wait to do that again. Do you remember when we would do we did the transfers up till 12,
Yeah.
and we were like cracking bottles when the window closed. You're actually going to be able to take part in that one this year.
Yeah.
No, that was
Go to
me.
America
That was
again.
me, you, and Shamu.
That was me, you, and Shamu.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What a
Okay.
random name.
Well, we're going to wrap it up now. We're almost on hour solid here. So thanks everybody for listening to the show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let people know it exists. We only have a couple more left, but
2, I'd say.
2, I'd say. But it's
Or one
nice
even.
to get it out
We'll
there.
sporadically on over the
Oh
summer.
yeah, we'll do little bits here and there. There's the fucking Copa America's on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, fantastic. John's not going to appear. John only appears. He's like Lesnar. He'll only appear for the big dates. All right, everybody. Thanks very much for listening to the show.
Okay.
Doke.
We'll leave it there, so.